What is up, you goddamn legend? Money Paradise back with another video. So, in today's episode, I wanted to talk about some thoughts I had regarding a conversation I had with my wife recently. I just had like some thoughts that I wanted to bounce off of her because I've been kind of mulling over this idea of this video that I wanted to do. And it was kind of around the concept of discussing the differences between the collective versus the individual. And I wanted to speak on it in such a way that didn't alienate one or the other. Okay? Because my initial kind of thought on that was that the needs of the individual sometimes get lost when compared to the needs of the collective, the community as a whole. And I really wanted to flesh that idea out before I recorded this, because I really wanted to get these thoughts out in a meaningful way without making it seem like I was shitting on the whole idea of doing things for the benefit of the collective, because that's something that I've learned for myself is something that I want to do going forward. I want to be able to help people outside of my family, outside of my, chosen family. I want to be able to help the community around me. I don't want to just take care of myself and my close friends and family, and then everyone else, screw them. Like, if I can help more than my chosen, tribe, then I think that's more in line with living in my purpose, to be able to help the community. I've spoken on that in past videos, where I want to invest in people. I want to start community gardens so that neighborhoods can grow their own food instead of depending on, the grocery stores or, the fast food, chains. So yeah, being able to do those things, those are my thoughts on helping the collective. And so thinking about that versus the needs of the individual, I started thinking about what I've been talking about in past videos, especially with a focus on mindset. So I'm going to kind of refer to my notes here. It's not a script in any way. It's just kind of just some loose notes of that conversation between me and my wife. So in terms of formulating this video and what I wanted to talk about, the whole thing with the collective versus the individual, that mindset, to be able to develop yourself in a way where you can navigate the difficult times ahead, is absolutely necessary to develop yourself as an individual, so that you can not only take care of yourself when you need to, but also be strong enough mentally and physically to be able to help those around you and the collective. And it's a very delicate balance. I know some of you will think, well, people take advantage of that. People take advantage of generosity, and they take advantage of people helping. And that's true. And I've seen my fair share of that. Definitely. What I am speaking on is in terms of the people around you that the ones that are not necessarily your friends, but if if you know your neighbors, if you know your community, and you know that they need help, and you're in a position to help, then it's up to you whether you choose to do that or not. Whether you choose to stay inside and hunker down during these difficult times, whatever they may be, or you choose to have that interaction with your neighbor, with the community, and be of service, right? That's your choice. And we're gonna see what we're really made of as a species, I think, in the coming years. I think we are already being tested in a lot of ways. But I think that these tests have just begun for many of us. It's an individual test, sure, but we're all being tested collectively. And that's where we really need to get back to humanizing each other again. We're so quick to dehumanize situations or things where, you know, it's none of my business, blah blah blah. They'll figure it out, you know. I mean, I don't know exactly how to say that, but you know what I mean, in terms of being able to help people. Some people choose not to. That's kind of the thing. It's like you have a choice. Do you want to help or do you want to ignore and just maybe someone else will pick up the slack down the line. Someone else will come along, you know, like somebody's on the side of the road. Someone else will come along. You know, that's the metaphor I guess I'm kind of trying to use, you know. And I know it's difficult to trust in people, but I think we're gonna need each other, and that's gonna require some trust, right? In the times ahead, community is what's really gonna matter. I mean, you strike it rich in crypto. You're able to have life-changing wealth as a result of the gains you've made from, you know, the projects you invested in. I hope you do not isolate yourself. That is my wish. I don't wish to isolate myself in the coming, you know, times that we will face together. I believe in this community. I believe in people in the sense that when push comes to shove, we will throw down our petty differences and we will come together. There may be outlying examples of dissent and conflict between, you know, people, sure. But I've seen many examples of people that in the moment, they're not asking the other person, what are your politics? Who'd you vote for? You know, what's your favorite sports team? You know, like, come on. If I get into a rollover accident, I don't care who's helping me get out of the freaking car, right? I don't care. If you can get me out before the car blows up, if you can get my family out in one piece, I don't care what your politics are. I don't care what the color of your skin is. You helped me, and I will be eternally grateful. And on the flip side, it's the same thing. I've helped people out of car wrecks before. I didn't care what their color, you know, the color of their skin was. I didn't care what their politics were. I saw someone in need. I pulled over. I helped. Was it my decision to just drive on by and maybe someone else behind me would pull over and they could handle it? Sure. It's your choice, right? I don't guilt anyone for doing that, you know. Sometimes you just got to make a quick, you know, split-second decision, you know, do what's best for yourself and your family. But if you do decide to help, I mean, everything just melts away. All that matters is the person that you're helping. That's it. So that was a little bit of a tangent too, I'm sure. I want to continue on this conversation because this is going to be a long video, and I don't care. So the mindset to be able to navigate the tough situations, and I guess situations that we're all going to encounter individually as well as collectively. So I want to stress that working on your mindset, getting your mind right, getting your body right too, health-wise, physically, all that, it's all to be able to self-sustain yourself, and also to put yourself in a position so that you can help your community, your people around you. We need to be able to be strong, and it's not easy. It's not easy to be strong all the time. You, I would assume, are dealing with a great deal of things in your life. People depend on you, whether it's your job, whether it's your family, your friends. Without you being who you are, being dependable, being reliable, those things would probably fall apart without you, you know. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, if you're a single mom, your kids depend on you, right? If you're the sole income in the family, you need to keep working to keep food on the table, right? That's what I mean. So you have to be strong. It's tough to be strong all the time. It's tough to be always on. Sometimes you just never get a break. You don't, even on your days off, you don't really get a day off because, you have kids, if you have kids, right? Kids want to do things. They want to spend time with you. So you don't really have time for yourself. And to be strong all the time is exhausting. It's exhausting. I have to reiterate that. Yeah. And in thinking of those things, it made me think of excuse me. It made me think of you. It made me think of the healers in this world, the healers in this space, the people that, sure, we invest in crypto and we talk about crypto, but a lot of you are healers in your own right. And so the ones that are healers, right, in this world, they take on a great deal in their own personal lives, not to mention the people that they heal. I mean, I look to my wife as a main example, but I've seen it firsthand from other healers in her community where they go to great lengths to be able to do what they do, to be as powerful as they are spiritually. They expend a great deal of energy. They give a lot of their energy to others. And that humbles me. It has. To see healers do their thing and work on healing people, and then, afterwards just be completely exhausted physically. Just not be able to go on with their day. Like they need rest, they need recharge, they need sustenance, they need everything, because they've spent so much of their own personal stock of energy to help just one person. And that one person, they receive something that changes their life in a beneficial way, but it comes at great cost. And so it's because of seeing those things that really made me kind of ponder the collective versus the individual. And that's kind of I just, when I thought about it, I was just like, I had to really take a moment to ponder on it, because I really wanted to speak on it well, and I really wanted to comment on the fact that if you're a healer, I appreciate you in whatever capacity that you are healing others, healing yourself. It's not easy. It is not an easy job, no matter how you cut it. So the other thing too is, yeah, you guys sacrifice so much of yourselves, right, to help the collective at your own expense, right? And a lot of times the people that receive that help, they're not going to be completely healed in one session. Like, this is going to be an ongoing thing. And the hope is that the ones that receive help and healing, they can get strong enough to stand on their own and move forward with their own healing, so that the burden of that healing doesn't continue to be pushed onto the individual. And sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes it's people are injured in permanent ways, and it's sad. It's sad to I don't know if sad's the right word, but it's one of those things where you help those people as best you can, and you hope that it takes away some amount of pain, some amount of burden away from them, right? When it comes to healers, you're doing this because you want to help, and even if it's moving the bar by just an inch in terms of the weight of the person's problem, it's progress, and it's worth it, right? It's worth it to see it for you as an individual. When you see the benefit, when you see them realize the benefits of the healing, and when you see them actually start to do their own healing, I mean, that's a big reward, aside from anything else. And the other thing too is, like, when I speak on healers, and I speak about the individuals that they don't believe in themselves that they can do it. A lot of people may become dependent on individuals, whether that's purposefully, done with intention to just use people as a crutch, or if that is because they themselves don't know their own potential, or again, they themselves don't believe. That's another aspect that I wanted to speak on in terms of individuals versus the collective, is that individually we need to get stronger, and then together we can move mountains. It's going to take all of us to do that. Not one person is going to be able to do it by themselves, and that's kind of what caused my thoughts to kind of circle around this topic. It's great that we have individuals in this space that are strong, and they're healed, and they're more capable than others to navigate rough waters, right? But individually, you have that same power. You may say to yourselves, I can't do what these healers do, right? You see these healers. If you've ever had the privilege of seeing someone in a spiritual sense heal someone else, whether that's through yoga or Reiki healing or sound bowl cleansing, tarot, massage, in any modality you want to pick. When you see people get healed by it, and you think to yourself, wow, I can't even come close to do what they do to heal others like that. Wrong. Dead wrong. That's the big problem, and that's something that my wife pointed out in our conversation, was that a lot of times people put healers on a pedestal. They, and the same thing with like gurus, people in this space, right? Like I've been guilty of that myself, where it's like, well, I don't know if I'm competent enough to speak on crypto because I don't know as much as other channels. But that's wrong. I have my own experience with crypto, and I can speak on that experience. And maybe it may be naive, it may be coming from a place of inexperience, but for me to be able to speak on these things helps me learn more, because it is my hope that you will watch this, and if you wish to comment on something I've previously spoken on, or in this video speak on, I choose to learn from your comments, from your opinions. I choose to take that information as something of value, whether it's even if the argument, even if the comment is argumentative, or if it's like in total disagreement with what I'm saying, like, it doesn't matter to me. I can learn from it no matter what, positive or negative. And so I choose to do that. But with respect to the individuals, the ones that put the healers on a pedestal, and they think that they don't have the power, they don't have the abilities. Well, if you don't believe, well, that's why you're failing. I mean, right off the bat, you've already set yourself up for failure, You have to know that the healers are the living proof that it can be done. That's the point. Look at what the healers are doing. Look at what these people in this space, the ones who know about crypto, they're the good examples. You have to look for those good examples, but when you find them, you have the proof. You have all the proof that you need to know that it can be done. You can heal. You can help others. You can help the collective. If you can, for a time, think of yourself. Be selfish in terms of allocating time and energy specifically for yourself to heal, to grow stronger, to build up your mind, to gain knowledge on the things that you wish to learn, whether it's in the crypto space or whether it's in building a business or growing wealth, all of it, whatever it is. Be selfish in that respect so that you can be one of those good examples of a healer, of a guru. I mean, guru's like, I don't like that term, but that's the only word I can, for lack of a better term, that's all I can come up with. If there's a better term, let me know in the comments. Anyways, So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Is like I want you to know that we are going to be in a position to help others, but it's going to take us to build ourselves up individually to move that mountain, even if it's just an inch. Because there are going to be challenges ahead. I know that we're going to get through those challenging times, but it's going to take community to do it. It's going to take as many strong individuals in these communities as possible to make the world that we want, to see the future that we want to see, to not fall into all these narratives that they keep pushing on us. And they is, just turn on the TV, that's they. Go to the movie theater, that's they. I mean, the whole thing with the Civil War movie and then the recent news, in the other side of the world. Like, I don't want to use specific terms, because I don't know. I don't know if that'll ding the channel or whatever. I mean, I'm too small to be noticed at this point, but whatever. I'm sure you know what I mean. So now is the time to be selfish. Focus on yourself, build yourself up so that you can help in a better way your family, your community, the ones around you. And when you're able to do that, then at that point, it's all about being a good example. We're all leaders. I'm speaking to you as a leader because I believe myself as a leader. So leaders can come in all shapes and sizes, different forms of knowledge. It doesn't matter. There are leaders in this community, multiple. It's not just one person. That's the one thing that I want you to understand, is that that's the benefit of having so many people that have their own way of doing things, that have their own skill set, that have their own knowledge, that have their own abilities, is that combine all of that together and just think of the potential. Think of everything that we can accomplish together with everyone from all different walks of life, from all different sorts of experience. Like, that's something to be excited about, in spite of all the challenges ahead, whatever they may be. If we actually believe in community and we actually believe in sticking together through these times, then we're going to face these things together. And I'd rather have you on my side than anyone else. Simple as that. I'd rather be around you. People like you that believe in this, that believe in what we're trying to do in this community, in this space. I'd rather have you by my side than anyone else. Any of the, the naysayers, the doom scrollers, any of those people, I don't vibe with, I don't mess with. But you, the legend, that's a deadly combination. So, whatever this video means, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you in the comments. I want to have, some dialogue. I'm honestly, one of my main goals with this channel is I want to get enough subscribers so that I can start going live. I thought about doing something on my wife's Instagram because she has enough followers and she has enough subscribers on her YouTube channel to go live, but I kind of wanted to build up my channel with, you as the community of the channel, instead of having you go onto a different platform, a different community, and, kind of not having the opportunity, the space to talk amongst each other and, converse with me, because I want to talk with you guys, whatever it is about. We can just shoot the shit. I don't care. So that's one of my goals with this channel is get the minimum amount of subscribers to be able to go live. I think it's like 50 subscribers. However long that takes, it's whatever. But once I'm able to, that's on the short list of things to do, aside from making these long form content videos. So whenever that happens, look forward to that. Look forward to having a live stream where we can talk and chat and just hang out. So anyways, I'm going to end it there. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hope you guys are doing good. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.